Well, I've known several of the women for years, played with most of them and admired everyone from afar. And when the opportunity presented itself at the Hardly Strictly Bluegrass Festival, because I'd played there several times with the Guilty Men and with the Knitters and solo acoustic, and they said, "Can you do something different this year?" And I said, "Sure." So I put together the all-woman group, and it was a way of kind of, I don't know, doing something that would make me giggle. And about midway through the set, I just realized this is a great band. We have to make a record, and so we did. And the way the record was recorded intentionally on my part is I did not teach them any of the songs in advance. Everything was done live and in the studio. I would pull out a new song and say, "Okay, I think it's in B flat. I think it's in G, and it's a blues or it's a ballad, and here we go." And that's how. They were so great that within an hour we had an arrangement, we had a groove, we had a thing. The first time I remember meeting Chris Gaffney was in a bar called Raji, and Chris was on stage with his band, the Cold Hard Facts. He was doing a couple of Ray Price songs, and then he said, "We're going to do a song for Hawaiian Gardens," which was a little town next to the little town that I grew up in. And I thought, nobody does songs about Hawaiian Gardens. I really like this guy. So I started yelling at the stage in between each songs, during songs, whatever. And then when he was done playing, he walked off stage, walked right over to me, and it was just like two old guys that had known each other their entire lives meeting for the first time. What I liked about him was he was a complicated guy, he was a soulful guy, he was a funny guy, he was really like my other brother. I have one older brother, and Chris was my other older brother. That's the way I looked at him. He had a way of figuring out what made you laugh, what made you perk up when you were sad, and how to reach in and grab your heart a little bit. And normally when somebody met Chris, there was love at first joke or first song. Well, when I first approached people about doing the Chris tribute, everybody was sad about Chris's death, and everybody thought that Chris was a guy that didn't get the breaks while he was alive, so that this was a way of maybe helping him get a break even after he passed away. And so everybody was, I didn't have to twist one arm, and so that was a really sweet testament to the powers of Gaffney. We brought in Robbie Fulks and Peter Case and John Doe, and my track was cut with that group, and then the rest was just letting people know, hey, we need to do a Chris Gaffney song. And people sent it right away. Calexico gladly volunteered. I flew out to Austin and produced the Joe Ely track, and Tom Russell just went in the studio, knocked out a great version of one of Chris's songs. So it went really easy.